Hey everybody, I'm Scott Wikle. You're listening to My Kind of Country on MKOCRadio.com. Lady that's with me tonight has been on the show before, and to say that she has a beautiful voice just does not do it justice. I absolutely love this lady's singing, and she is one of the nicest people. And this new song that we've been playing by her, we are getting requests from all over the world on a daily basis for this song. And it just goes to show you that good singers are loved, and real country music is still loved, and that's what this lady's all about. It's my pleasure to welcome Judy Bailey to the show. Judy, how are you tonight?
Hi, Scott. How you doing?
Absolutely great. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to talk to you again.
It's a pleasure to talk to you, too. I'm so glad to be able to get to talk to you again. It's been a while, hasn't it?
It has been, and I thought, man, we need to do this again. And for my folks that know us, we normally record these ahead of time and broadcast them on our shows. And I had some free time, and I thought, I'm going to get a hold of Judy and see if she's available. And you were nice enough to spend some time with me. And your name has been coming up so much here lately with Margie Singleton and Moe Bandy and Webb Dalton and all these great people. And I thought, man, we just need to have Judy back on the show.
Well, thank you so much. I'm just so glad to be here, like Sergeant Carter. I'm glad to be here.
I love it. I love it. Well, we were talking about Moe Bandy, and I just got to spend some time with him up here in Michigan, and he was on the show a couple weeks ago, and we talked about you, and I understand that you and him are in touch and going to be doing some stuff together.
Yes, and I just appreciate it so much because, he had been trying to get a hold of me, and several people had told me in Nashville that he was trying to get a hold of me, and, of course, I didn't know how to get a hold of him after all these years. And I remember when you were on your show, you were interviewing him, I believe, and
Yep.
And while you were giving me his number, he was already calling me on the other line. So it was a beautiful day for me because Mo and me, just he's like a big brother to me, and he's not only a fine singer and a person. I've always been, just a fond of his singing, and he's always treated me great on the road.
Well, he is a wonderful singer and entertainer, and he still puts on a fabulous show. We had such a great time, and he is so nice. And he thanked me several times. He was so appreciative that you guys got back in touch again, and I'm glad that I had a little hand in facilitating that. It makes me feel really good.
Well, no, you had the big hand in it. I'm telling you, because like I said, how could that have happened? So many was. He crossed paths with so many that knew me, and he talked, and they had called me and told me he was trying to get a hold of me. So, thank you so much for making it happen.
Well, I think our Almighty Father had a big hand in that because it all just fell right in together.
Exactly. I think I know that with all my heart, Scott.
Well, you and Mo had some beautiful songs together, Following the Feeling, and It's You and Me Again. How did you guys come together to start recording?
Okay, I was in Florida. I lived in Florida with my parents back then, and what happened was Moe Bandy was looking for a female to do, the songs that they were picking, and a friend of mine, Daryl Glenn from Central Sound Studio, and Lynn Walls, I think they had sent a tape of mine or either took it to them. I don't know how it happened, but they took it to Ray Baker and Moe Bandy, and out of all those people, that was my first plane ride, and I was scared to death when they had chosen me for that. So, that was a big deal coming from where I came from in the holler,
That's great.
Put me on a plane, and that was kind of dangerous.
Well, it was certainly worth the trip because you guys recorded some fabulous records together.
Yes, I enjoyed every minute of that, and that's some memories that will never, will always be a part of me, and maybe we're going to make some more. Who knows?
Well, it sure sounds like it. He's got all sorts of plans. He was telling me last night that he wants to do some recording with you. He's got plans to do some shows, and he was quite adamant about it, and it made me feel really good. And Moe's a man of his word, and he's always been so great. He's been on my show several times, and he's always been just so gracious with me, and my family was with me last night, and we just had such a nice time with him. And just a quick funny story. We pulled in last night, and the his bus on the back of the bus it said Kenny Rogers. And I thought, okay, okay. So I went in, and when I got a chance to talk to him, it turned out what had happened is their bus had broken down in Montana, and they couldn't get it fixed right away. So long story short, they were able to borrow Kenny Rogers' old bus, so that's what they were
Oh,
using.
wow. What a friend.
I got a kick out of that. He said, yeah, everybody comes up to me and they want to meet Kenny Rogers, you know.
I'm sure they were glad to know it was Moe. That was a big surprise for them.
Well, it was a good surprise. He was fantastic, no doubt about it.
Hmm.
And
And what about his book, too? Wow.
I was just going to mention that. You know, that was another thing that came up. I bought his book last at the show, and my daughter was sitting there looking through the pictures, and folks, beautiful color. Most of these are all color pictures in this book. It's an absolutely gorgeous book, and
It is.
all of a sudden there's a picture of Judy Bailey in there.
Oh, and when you connected us, Moe was on there, and we were laughing because we always did cut up, and he we was talking on the phone, and here I was breathless because Moe Bandy had given me a call, and he was talking about sending me a book, getting my address and everything, and I'm like, really, Moe? I said, I'll pay you for it. And he said, if you pay me for it, he said, I'm just going to have you send it back if you try to pay me.
Bless his heart. I'll tell you what, that's a great. I'm just now getting into reading it, and it's one of those that's hard to put it down. And a lot of great stories in there, and of course you're a big part of that. And of course you've had so many great songs of your own. The Best Bedroom in Town is one of my favorites, and 10 Shiny Pennies, we play that a lot on our gospel show on Sunday. That's such a gorgeous song.
Thank you. It's a true story too, and it's right there in Hungry Holler, Kentucky. Where I was from. It's called Winchester, but it was a little holler, and I remember walking, wanting one more penny, so I could buy me and my brother a little candy cane because they were like a penny back then, and I had one penny, and Mama said, I don't have another one, honey. So I walked down through that old country store, and I prayed on the side of the road, and I asked for one more penny, and I found 10 brand new pennies on the side of the road.
Wow.
And so it was a true story. So when I wrote that, it was easy to write because it was true.
Oh, it's an amazing song. I miss those days, even when I was a kid, things, I mean, a penny could actually buy you something back then. And nowadays, things are so expensive, and kids just don't know today what the value of money really is, and even a penny for us at that time meant something, and that's kind of something that's been lost in the times, and I miss those simpler times.
And I love those times too. There was 12 kids in our family, Scott, and
Wow.
I had a really good mom and dad, and they had the 12 kids, and back then there was times when we didn't even have anything to eat. And, Mama, being the mama she was and super mom, she would take that old lard and then roll it up in some flour and throw it in some boiling waters, and we had dumplings, when times were hard. So,
Wow.
That's another part of the 10 shiny pennies for me.
Isn't that something? Amazing. Well, it really, I think when you grow up that way, it makes you into a really good person as you get older, and you have a lot more respect for people and for things, and you're more thankful, and I think you lead a better life by coming up the way that you came up.
Yes, and we always were taught to treat older people with respect and everything. So when I was 54, I got my CNA license, which is a certified nurse assistant.
Mm-hmm.
And because I love to go to nursing homes, and I ended up starting to sing in them, I just sang in one last week here, and I did it for 2 years if I was in town. So, I mean, I just truly love the way I was raised, and love my mom and dad because they had it hard, and they never even knew how to drive a car or never owned one. And, I mean, that's, to me, I miss a lot of the world being like that, and I think the world's like me sometimes, and you get hurt sometimes, but you just keep on moving, and you just know that it's not like that anymore, but in your heart it is,
Yeah, there's still a lot of good people out there. It's
Mm-hmm.
I love. I've spent a lot of time in Tennessee, and I love the fact that I can talk to people there. Up where I live, it's not so much that way anymore. And people, at least in the areas I've been in down there, seem to be very friendly. You can just kind of strike up a conversation and talk to people, and just it's kind of like the Americana side of it. It's just stepping back into that old-fashioned times where you can just talk to people and make friends, and it's
Exactly.
still a lot of good people.
It's good to know we have people still like that, and I still will believe it.
Amen to that. Well, one of those people is dear to both of us, and I've got to talk about her because I know she'll be listening to this, and that's our dear Margie Singleton.
Oh yes, Margie, my sister Margie.
Well, I am one of her adopted sons now. That's been made official.
How many does she have now?
I don't know, but I'm the number one. So
Mm-hmm. You're the number one, exactly.
For right now,
That's
anyway.
what she told me.
Until I do something wrong, and then I'll be.
You got to walk a chalk line now.
What a wonderful.
No, Margie's got so many kids and so many people who love her. She's just surrounded by all the angels, of the world.
She certainly is, and it's well deserved because she is one of them too. She's such a wonderful, sweet lady, and I'm so glad to see her getting the attention that she deserves for her career and her music. And she's had kind of like a resurgence, and she's recording and writing these beautiful songs, and I'm so proud of that. And I know you were just up visiting with her recently in Nashville, and I'm so sorry that I couldn't be there with you guys. I wanted to be there so bad.
We just missed you, I think, didn't we? We were crossing paths. I came down to record, and that's why I was there. But I got to stay with her a couple days, 2-3 days, and so I think you were either gone or had just passed through or something. I don't know.
Yeah, our schedule got changed, and it just didn't come together. It will one of these days.
Oh yes. But we'll always get to see each other sooner or later.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Well, that leads me to the next song that I want to talk about. You mentioned that you've been doing some recording, and you just kind of casually mentioned this to me in a message, and you said, "Oh, did I send you Old Legend?" And I thought, well, no, I don't have that song. So I said, yeah, go ahead and send that to me. And you did it so nonchalant. And when I listened to the song, I mean, I think I had to listen to it 3 times before it would really sink in. And it absolutely blew me away. And I thought, I've got to put this on the air. And I did. And all of a sudden, I've got people from all over the world sending me requests. They want to know about this song, Old Legend. So tell me about this beautiful song.
Okay, the 10 Shiny Pennies that I wrote, I think those were way back like in 2014. I had just got, just written 3 songs and put them together. So it was about time for me to put 3 more together because I kind of do them a little at a time, and that way it's a little less expensive, to go in because it costs for a trip down there. And so I decided to do 3 more songs. And so God put it on my heart, to pick, a couple songs and then 1 more. But when that song came about, I was looking back on my email. It was September 14th of 2015 that I had my brother. I didn't know he was sick in Kentucky. And he called me and said, Juju, that's what he called me. He said, Juju, I want you to write me one more song before I die, because he was a great singer. And, you know, everybody called him Old Legend when he walked in, and he had his own thing going, you know, and he had the Elvis shows, and just a great, great singer in person. And I said, what you want me to write about, brother? And I said, you're going to live forever, and you know that, don't you? And he'd say, honey, I just want to sing one more song before I die, and I want to cut one more. So I didn't really take it too seriously, but something was put on my heart to just write it quick or something. I don't know what the feeling was, but within probably about 30 minutes to 40 minutes, I had it written.
Wow.
And so the urgency was to, you know, I put it down on guitar, sent it to my brother's wife, Carol, and sent her the lyrics. And so I noticed the lyrics on my computer was 2015 in September. And he was fixing to go record it, and he, you know, he had learned the song and everything, and he died. He had a blood clot, and he just died instantly.
Oh, that's too
And
bad.
so I wrote it about him, and so this song surfaced because of that, to be one of the three that I was doing on my session in Nashville this trip.
Well, it's an incredible song, and knowing the story, it makes it all that much more so. And it's a song that I can hear a lot, and I actually can see a lot of the old legends that have kind of gone through that sort of thing. And you know, it reminds me, there was a song quite a few years ago. I think it was John Anderson had a song called "Would You Catch a Falling Star" before he crashes to the ground. And it's kind of reminiscent of that in a way. And there was a song that Conway Twitty did called "The Legend and the Man," and it was.
I didn't heard that one.
I'll send it to you. It's kind of that talking about there's
Wow.
a lonely world of difference between the legend and the man, and that song, your song, reminded me quite a bit of that. And it's I just you know, I'm not one to gush about songs, but I'll tell you what, this is one of those. There's a plateau of songs. There are, you know, there's bad songs, there's okay songs, there's good songs, and then there's those songs that just kind of hit that upper echelon of all-time classics. And I just firmly believe with all my heart that this is going to be one of them for you. It's just a beautiful song.
Well, thank you, Scott. I appreciate, you know, everyone that plays it, and especially, you know, you took it to play it. I think I had sent it to you, or, you know, just told you nonchalant, like you said, just to, you know, I didn't have any plan for it. I just wanted it to be in memory for my brother, and whatever it does, it's in the good Lord's hands. But I do thank you, and all the radio personalities out there for taking the time in helping the artists like y'all do, and you're appreciated more than you know.
Well, it's a two-way street. I wouldn't have a good show if I didn't have good music to play. I'm just a vessel, you know.
Yeah, and we all are, you know.
But there's so many great fans out there, and that it always, you know, when things like this happen with a song like this, it really reminds me that real country music is alive and well, and there's so many fans out there, and there's new fans that are discovering it, like you mentioned earlier, you know, with the internet and everything like that, and it's just growing, and to be able to, you know, get a song out there like that and get that kind of feedback, it's such a cool thing. So the question beckons. You mentioned three songs. Like, if they're anything like this one, I can't hardly wait to hear the other two.
But you know, I decided, you know, I don't know why this time around. The first time I did. You know, I've always got songs in my heart for God, you know. And the first three, like I said, you know, was given to me by God. And I know it was because it came real easy. These three, like I said, the old legend came to me because my brother called me. But the other two, I wrote them when I was 19 years old.
Really?
And I was with the Welt Music Group in my 20s, I don't know, late 20s, 30s, I don't know. But but I had written it and signed it, with their company, so it's with ASCAP, and because I researched all that, and but I had written a song called Singing Rock of Ages, and I just said, well, God, is this one of the songs, because it's about family. All three of these songs is about family, just everybody's family. But when I was thinking, I think, one night, I wonder if I need to do this Singing Rock of Ages, because my mind went back to there. And I just said, okay, I'm going to write it down. I think I'm going to choose this one. The next day, you would not believe what happened, Scott.
What's that?
A guy from Iowa friended me on Facebook, and his name was Tommy Spencer. And he emailed me, and I said, well, he looks like a pretty nice person, to bring in on his friend, He emailed me, and he said, Judy, he says, I was walking on the trail the other day. He says, I'm a diabetic, and I was listening to your song, Singing Rock of Ages, that I taped on the old Nashville Now show when you did it on the live Nashville Now TV show. And it was called Singing Rock of Ages. He said, I think you need to let the world hear it.
Really?
That was my answer.
Wow.
The next day.
No kidding.
So,
Whew.
yes. So that's the second one. I'm going to shoot you a copy of them. I have that one coming out on Tyler, in Tyler, Texas, in Canyon Creek Records.
Oh, absolutely.
And he just called me. He said, Judy, I want to put that one out. And I'm like, okay. So I think he's going to do it like in October or November, which would be great, because I was thinking about putting it out then, because that's Thanksgiving, and it's Christmas, and it's the time that families, that usually come together and everything. But I'm gonna give you a copy ahead of time, okay?
Well, I appreciate that, and you.
I don't mind if you play it or not.
Well, whenever you give me the green light, I'll play it. But I'm really good about, I get a lot of things sent to me, and I'm appreciative of that, and I love to be able to hear them. But I will wait until it's the proper time, and I have all the green lights from all the powers that be to play that.
Okay.
I can't wait to hear it.
That's what we did. It talks about our family, and there was a bunch of young'uns, they call them, young'uns, grandkids. My mom has probably about 70-something grandchildren now, counting the great-grandchildren.
Oh, my gosh.
And so I'm an aunt to all these kids.
You got a big family.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
And my sister was checking our family tree the other day, and we have like 15,000 so far, and they're still coming.
Man, that's not a tree. That's a whole orchard.
I know. I think we're kin to everybody in Kentucky, and we got some in Iowa. Somebody from Shreveport about a year ago, called me and didn't call me, but was one of the family, and contacted me, and I went to Shreveport and see my cousin.
Wow.
A cousin I'd never met. So we're all coming together. But this song, like I said, we would sit out on the front porch, and we had this old coil light. You ever heard of them things?
Yeah, sure.
That hung up with the oil stuff in it.
Yep.
And we'd sit out there and sing the Rock of Ages, and it was like a choir of angels with all my sisters and brothers, which could sing great. All my sisters and brothers have great voices, and they all love the Lord, and that's where the song came from.
Oh, that's amazing.
And then the third one I did was a song called Family Fortune. Now, this song came up when my mom, one Christmas, we didn't have Christmas. I don't remember opening anything any Christmas time, ever. And I remember Mom crying one Christmas, and I said, "What's the matter, Mom?" And she said, "I don't have anything to give you kids." And I said, "Mommy, you give us everything." And I hugged her, and I said, "This is like brand new, when you hug me. It's like brand new, Mama."
Oh.
And I remember telling her that. So the family fortune is, our family fortune is gold memories where true love replaces all those big shiny things.
Oh, wow.
We have all the riches that money can't buy with family fortune and our treasures on high.
Well, that's it right there. Wow.
It's country. It's country. You don't mind, do you?
Well, I don't think we'd be talking if it wasn't. You know what we do here at My Kind of Country. There's no doubt about that.
That's right. That's right. And
Oh, that's
but
great.
that's how those 3 songs came about. And I need 4 more songs and I'll have an album one day that I've put together myself. I've never been able to do that before.
Wow.
And so in a couple more years, maybe 4 more, and then the album will come together.
Oh, that'll be great. That'll be great. Well, I know that there's going to be a lot of people that'll love to have it. That's for sure. And I can't wait to hear those songs. And I just it's amazing to me that you got just such a beautiful voice. It's just incredible, and I get so many comments. And I had a gentleman contact me a couple weeks ago who had never heard you before, and he was from Sweden, and and he knows very knowledgeable about country music, and he wanted to know who this Judy Bailey was, and so I sent him a bunch of information and sent him some songs and everything. And he was just enthralled. He said, I don't understand how I missed this lady over the years."
Oh, wow. Well, back then, when we were all cutting country music with Columbia, and then I was with Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
I think one of them, I was in Opryland Hotel one time, and I heard on the air, and my brother was with me. He had drove me down his old pickup truck, and I heard where the Warner and Elektra were combining their companies or something. I don't know what it was. I heard on the radio.
Yep.
And they were letting some of their roster go, and I felt the feeling of knowing I was one of them. And that's what happened. They were just, combining everything. But a lot of good things happened even through the things like that. And I was blessed doing the song with Moe Bandy, and everything just fell into place.
Oh yeah. Well, there's it's happened to a lot of artists. The politics and the whole music business thing. People fall between the cracks. But nowadays, with all the technology we have and the internet shows like what we're doing, it's people are able to find this information, and artists like yourself are able to reach a worldwide audience, and that wasn't possible even 10 years ago. So it's
exactly
amazing.
And there's so many people, so many back then. And I can understand what they had to do and everything. And to me, the internet is, and having internet radio is what I called it, with the radio personalities. You can pick up any radio station in the whole world, and that's fantastic to me.
Amen, amen. And it's our honor to play this kind of stuff. And I want to play Old Legend for everybody. I know everybody's waiting to hear it, and I want to thank you. I was just going to do a short conversation with you, and I've taken up way too much of your time, but I always enjoy visiting with you, and looking forward to hearing your new music as well, and getting that out there to my listeners. And as always, your music will always have a home at My Kind of Country.
All right. Thank you, Scott, so much. And you have a blessed evening.
All right. You too. Judy, do you have, by the way, I should ask you, is Old Legend available for people to either download or buy from you?
We're just now in the process of getting a 6-song CD, getting it ready and getting it processed. So it will be probably in probably about a month, probably.
Okay. So is this going to be on Canyon Creek then?
No, it's just going to be on, just this. But Canyon Creek label, they will have, when they release, they're releasing that one song, Singing Rock of Ages.
Okay.
It will be, I guess he's got a compilation CD with all the artists on it.
Oh, okay. All right. Fantastic.
And so if he does, it'll be with him, but I'll have it on a 6-song CD with the rest of them.
Okay. Well, be sure to let me know, and we'll make sure we get that out to the listeners and get it on our Facebook page and everything, because I know everybody would like to have the song as well. And in the meantime, we're going to keep playing it. So, Judy Bailey, thank you so much for being on My Kind of Country. It was a distinct honor to be able to talk with you.
Thank you so much, Scott, and you have a blessed night.
You too. All right, folks, here is Old Legend from Judy Bailey. This is brand new music, and you probably have already heard it, but you're going to hear it a lot more on our station. And we're going to play a couple of Judy's other songs, too. We're going to play Best Bedroom in Town and her great duet with Moe Bandy, Following the Feeling. Stay with us as My Kind of Country continues right here on mkocradio.com. Judy, thank you again.
Thank you, Scott.
He's been singing country music since 1965. There's not a honky tonk he hasn't played at least 100 times. Now the oldies are still the goodies, like he stopped loving her today. And George still lived inside his heart each time he'd hit the stage. Now some say this old legend may go down in history. Others call him a superstar, but he'd tell them, I'm just me. But there's one thing that I know for sure, as he walked another mile, this old legend just kept rocking on as long as he could bring a smile. There's many heroes on this earth playing in the band. Though awards were never given, they're still happy with just a hand. Now I have lived and I have learned that we're all just the same, just loving our music, living in this world of fame. Now some say this old legend may go down in history. Others call him a superstar, but he'd tell them, I'm just me. But there's one thing that I know for sure, as he walked another mile, this old legend just kept rocking on as long as he could bring a smile. This old legend just kept rocking on till he walked his last mile.
That TV only picks up Channel 9. The washing machine don't wash half the time. The roof on the porch is halfway falling down. But we've got the best bedroom in town. That old sedan just drinks up gasoline. There ain't no extra cash for anything. $2 jeans and a bargain basement gown. But we've got the best bedroom in town. A cozy place little loving kids running around. 'Cause we've got the best bedroom in town. A cozy place for sleeping lazy nights, or shut the door for a little peace and quiet. But the best part of all, of that room at the end of the hall, that's where you and me make everything alright. We can't afford good wine or pink champagne. We ain't got no open fireplace flame, but we celebrate the happiness we found every night in the best bedroom in town. Every night in the best bedroom in town.
Walking down to the country store, clutching a penny, wishing for one more to buy me and baby brother a candy cane. So I looked to the sky and raised my hands to pray. And over on the side of the road, there was something shining just like gold. There was 10 shiny pennies, 10 shiny pennies. So be careful when you pray for just one penny. The blessings will fall and you'll have many. 10 shiny pennies. Oh, 10 shiny pennies. Still believe and I still pray, 'cause miracles can happen if you just have faith. Trust in God's amazing love. Even when times get a little tough, you can still be happy. Soon you will find if you have $1 million or just a dime, you still have 10 shiny pennies. 10 shiny pennies. So be careful when you pray for just one penny. The blessings will fall and you'll have many. 10 shiny pennies. 10 shiny pennies. So be careful when you pray for just one penny. The blessings will fall and you'll have many. 10 shiny pennies. 10 shiny pennies. Oh, 10 shiny pennies. 10 shiny pennies. 10 shiny pennies.
Your eyes are not the eyes I should be seen in, but right now they're all I want to see.
Your touch is not the touch I belong to, but tonight you're the one that's reaching me.
Oh, ain't it easy? All cheat and roll.
I know tomorrow I'll be sorry. Loving you might be too much to pay.
But tonight you're in my arms, not on my conscience. I can't think